So we actually only looked at the Priory. We considered a lot of places, but the Priory was the first location that we were actually able to schedule an appointment with. And we walked in. Doug wasn't able to join me. I was with both of our moms, and pretty immediately we were all like, wow, this is going to be the spot. And as soon as we sat down with management too, that confirmed everything we wanted. They were very thorough with their explanations of everything, very fair with their packages, and we just felt really like it was a good spot for us. Really clear with everything, so we felt like we had made a good plan.
And I fell in love with all the pictures and trusted their decisions.
We actually went to one more location right after because we had 2 appointments scheduled for that day, and it didn't compare at all. After that, we were like, we're locked in, definitely going to be the Priory.
The booking process couldn't have been simpler. Everything was very well laid out and very well explained. The ability to choose and customize our reception to how we exactly wanted it was very easy and pretty painless. Additionally, everything being in-house was a big sell to us. Fewer vendors, fewer headaches, fewer things to track down, and fewer things to go awry at the last minute.
And throughout the process, from booking until the day of, all of our questions were answered quickly and efficiently and with enough detail to make us feel really confident in our decision. All of the staff here at the Priory was wonderful to work with throughout the process. The wait staff was so kind and helpful. I actually gave a hug to the woman who waited our table at the end because she was so wonderful all evening. Even at the tasting event, we connected a lot with the staff. We actually wrote down the names of a few people that we worked with that day in the hopes that they'd be there on our wedding day as well, just because of how helpful and how on it they really were. Management was wonderful. Throughout the process, we had a really good time planning with all of the management here at the Priory. And everybody here was really, really great to work with.
The food throughout the evening, it was great. We couldn't ask for anything better. Even from the time we had the opportunity to taste it beforehand, wasn't the easiest decisions because everything was great. We were hoping to go into that and find some things that we would prefer over others, and couldn't narrow down our choices.
Our guests too commented on how good the food was. All of the comments we got were all very positive from all of the dishes that we chose, which just speaks to how good everything was that was offered here. We got a ton of really good feedback from our guests at our wedding. Many people said that it was the nicest wedding that they'd been to, due in part to the location and all of the amenities offered at the Priory. Many guests really liked that we could all stay at the hotel as well. That was a nice plus because, it was nice to be able to see people Friday evening before our wedding on Saturday, and then also Saturday evening to be able to reconvene and brunch on Sunday. Nice to just be able to spend a lot of time with our loved ones. One of Doug's relatives also commented that it was one of the nicest spaces that he's been in as well for a wedding.
The location and spirit of the evening really came through in that there was a aunt and uncle of mine who were dancing at the wedding, and they had not danced at a wedding in a long time. So it was a very, very nice space, and everyone enjoyed themselves. I think if I were to convince someone to host their reception or wedding here, it was both very practically convenient and just a very all-around nice place. Everything's contained, the hotel, food, linens, tables, hall, everything is in one space, and not only is it convenient, but it's just truly a spectacular place located in a good portion of Pittsburgh with some excellent views of the city at night.
Additionally, all of that made our planning process really simple. We didn't have to contact 10,000 vendors to fulfill all of our needs, which made that a lot easier. And it was really nice that because so much of it was self-contained, there wasn't that question of how does this work in this space, because that was already all figured out for that all being here. And also, it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. The Grand Hall is really unique. It's a really big part of Pittsburgh's history. Learning about that history was really interesting for our guests. And I don't think you can find a more unique and special place here in the city.